It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and happy Friday and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, but not just any Bahamas at Sunrise. It is Bahamas at Sunrise on International Women's Day. It's Friday, March 8th, again, which is known around the world as International Women's Day. Unfortunately, it's not an actual holiday, so ladies, we don't get the day off from work, which I think would be much more appropriate. Employers everywhere consider that for next year, but we do get to celebrate ourselves and we get to celebrate so many of the women who are doing incredible things. I want to say a special good morning to the ladies of Bahamas at Sunrise. There are a lot of ladies who work behind the scenes to make the show happen each and every day. So I want to wish a special International Women's Day to them, as well as my mother, my grandmother, my mother-in-law, and I'm not going to go all the way down the list lest I get myself in trouble. Mark is not here with us this morning. He wasn't feeling well, and so we just pray for him. But I'm like, maybe it was appropriate that it's just me, the only female co-host on International Women's Day. And we have a very exciting show today. We are featuring some very powerful women who are doing incredible things or who have overcome incredible obstacles. And so we're going to talk to them. Erin Brown is here to tell us about her feature in JCPenney's most recent adaptive clothing campaign. And we'll also be talking with Vashele Campbell-Munnings about her resilient leadership in the male-dominated field of engineering. We'll be talking with Garrette about her passion as a chef de cuisine. And Debbie Strachan is here to tell us all about her role in the Bahamian straw craft industry. And we're wrapping up our series with the Bahamas Trade Commission discussing national trade policy. But before all that, we'll check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good morning, Bahamas, and happy International Women's Day to you, Gabrielle, and all the ladies that you said here at the concerts, and all of my family, my wife and my daughters, and also my sisters. Happy International Women's Day. In your first look at the weather at sunrise, we do have a weak frontal boundary across Grand Bahama and Abaco. That'll trigger up a couple of spotty showers today. It's going to move to the east and fizzle out during the daytime. High pressure will dominate the weather throughout the weekend into Sunday, when we have a second frontal boundary moving in the area sometime late Sunday evening in Grand Bahama, across New Providence by Monday morning. But today, nice day in store weather-wise, partly sunny, warm. Yes, there's a chance of a couple of showers over northwest Bahamas, particularly in the extreme northwest Bahamas. Your high temperature 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, few patchy clouds around the mild side. Your low temperature going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 88 and 78. In Jamaica, 89 and 72. In Trinidad, 92 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 82 and 70. Across North America, Atlanta, 69.54. In Boston, 45 and 32. In Miami, 82 and 73. Dallas, Texas, 79.48. And Toronto, Canada, 46 and 42. As you go the weekend, lovely weekend start weather-wise for the most part. Partly sunny skies, warm temperatures, very warm temperatures, I should say, into Sunday afternoon, when you expect some increasing cloudiness as that cold front moves near Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, with some showers and a possible isolated thunderstorm moving through Providence area by Monday morning. After that front passes, a slight cool down. The temperature goes into the mid to upper 70s daytime and the mid to upper 60s at nighttime. That puts a wrap on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. Today, on International Women's Day, we are proud to spotlight Vashele Munnings, a trailblazer in the engineering industry with over a decade of experience. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You know, when I saw this name here, I was like, I don't recognize this name, but I think this is who I think it is. We got to have a great time working together during my time at Campbell-Bahamas, and I've admired you since then. Excited to talk to you now. What made you consider a career in engineering, particularly with a twist towards the marine field?
Well, for starters, when I first got into it, or like in high school, I knew I did not want to be in the office. That was like my main goal. Get me a job that I can wear jeans all day and I'm happy. I always wanted to work with my hands. I was always the tomboy, don't mind the appearance. I was always the tomboy in school and in life. So I started my, engineering career at Bahamas Maritime Cadet Corps, and that's what I really fell in love with, engines in general. Initially, I wanted to work with airplanes. Then I had a really bad experience on the airplane. I was like, yeah, I don't want to build something I don't really like to do. Like, I'll travel. Give me a ticket, I'll go. But the actual dipping and that's not for me. That's not for me. So like I said, Bahamas Maritime Cadet Corps, I got into it and I loved it, and it just went from there. Went to Sony Maritime, loved it. It's not for everyone. Ship life is not for everyone, but it's a great experience. You get a lot of hands-on. It's really just you and your crew there that on the wide open sea is having to do what you need to do to not sink, essentially. So I loved it.
That sounds like some very tough training.
Yeah, I mean, what is tough, right? Tough is very relative. So I loved it. It's a lot of hands-on. It's a lot of discipline that I loved and I needed at that point in time. But I wouldn't say it was tough. It's just once you have that dedication to do, you'll do it.
How do you think that particular training helped you to prepare for your current role, which is Director of Engineering at Campbell-Bahamas and Alive?
So, like I said, being on a ship of about 30 persons on one ship at any given time. So my type of ship vessel, I was on a dry bulk carrier. We would normally transport goods from anywhere as a charter vessel. So it was like, let's say soybeans, sand, iron, like any country that wanted us, they would hire us. We would go pick it up from point A to point B. So that requires a lot of discipline. That at one point I was the only female, only Bahamian on a ship. So in that aspect, it kind of molded me to know that, no one's going to take it easy on you because I'm a female. If anything, it's going to be harder. So I think that kind of helped prepared me for anything I would accept on a short side job or anything that's here. So I think that kind of helped with it, becoming into this role. So it's a male-dominated field regardless, again. So I'm geared to helping females, again, get into it, as well as knowing that the male side is there, that we have to toughen up. I can't be as soft as what would normally be associated with females.
How did you overcome, the mental portion or the mental fight that comes with being a woman in a male-dominated field? Of course, first of all, on a ship as part of a crew, and then now still you work at one of the largest companies in the Bahamas in the engineering department, which is not necessarily associated with women. Where did you, develop the mental resilience to overcome those challenges?
For me, I would think on the ship, it was just something that you just had to do. My time at Sony, at my school, Sony Maritime, they kind of prepared you already and let you know that what you're about to expect. Every summer we had a summer sea term it mimics the boat, and then you also had an internship where I got my first experience on it beforehand. So I kind of got to know what to expect. Coming into my current role, it's having a lot of mentors that backs you, that has faith in you, that you can go to and speak to and have questions and dialogue with, and not just females. You also need to have male mentors as well, because they give you both sides of the spectrum that you need to have in order to make it and keep growing in any current role that you have.
Speaking of mentorship, what advice would you have for women who are thinking about pursuing a career in engineering or project management or related fields?
I would say just do it. You're enough. You are good enough for anything that you would want to do. Just keep doing it. Once it's your passion, you will find a way There's always a way. There's a way to start from the bottom, from the middle, from the top, and keep growing. There's never a ceiling that you cannot burst through.
And if there's a high schooler or even a college student watching who's considering pursuing a career in STEM, where can they get started now to prepare them for their future?
I would say with the advance in technologies, YouTube gives you so much information that you can just start from the bottom. You can learn how to code, you can learn math, different levels of math, you can learn just everything that you want to do on YouTube. You'll be surprised what is on YouTube for free that you can start from. And then that way you get a taste of everything to see exactly what you may become passionate about or what area and pathways you want to go through first. And then sometimes it's not for everyone. You know, you might start on, let's say you want to be a chemical engineer. You start that way, like, nah, I don't want to do that. Let's go to bio way, or let's go just straight math, actuary science. Like, there's just so many different avenues. Start and to see where you become and see what pulls you in, because having that passion, you would see so much growth and development within yourself without even noticing.
And what are you doing to celebrate yourself today? You are, I'm assuming, one of the youngest directors of engineering in the Campbell-Munnings.
Actually, I am not. There is another director who's younger than myself, Christian Russell. So
Okay.
I am not. I think I'm the youngest. No, I'm not the youngest female in
What?
cable. I'm the youngest in the engineering side, but not in cable. There is another one, I think, in marketing that's younger than me. So cable is going in that direction of finding younger talent to mentor and bring up and mold to help bring the company into the new generation. So it's good on that role. But for me, for today, I am a part of the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Theta Epsilon chapter. We having a joint state conference this weekend. So I will be heading to Freeport as soon as I leave from here. And we're going to have an awesome time just learning more about both of our organizations. So
I love it. So you're celebrating with more community work,
more community work,
You're
more
changing
learning,
one
more
hat
studying,
for
everything.
the other.
Yes,
that
yes,
is
yes.
excellent. Well, I want to wish you on behalf of Bahamas at Sunrise a very happy International Women's Day. You absolutely deserve it.
Thank you, and I want to wish the same to you as well, and everyone else who's working here, even the males.
Thank you. You heard that. Happy International Women's Day to everyone. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal, fueling growth for people.
Welcome back. Making your culinary experience possible is Garrette Brown, chef de cuisine at Marcus at Bahamas Fish and Chop House. She expertly crafts balanced dishes infused with vibrant flavors, showcasing both Bahamian culture and executive techniques. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
I am so excited to have you on today. So we'll start at the beginning. What inspired you to become a chef?
My inspiration really came from my mother. Just growing up, being technically forced to be in the kitchen and learn recipes and Bahamian food that she's been taught from her mother. So most of the cooking that I did has been inspired by my mom and growing up and being in the home.
You know, being a chef, particularly as a female, comes with a lot of challenges. And that's a journey in terms of rising to the top to be the chef de cuisine. What are some of the challenges that you faced along the way?
I mean, it is a very male-dominated industry. And there are certain positions in the industry that are held by people that don't look like me. So there has been challenges along the way. Being present, being vocal, but not being too vocal, and just showing that you're able to meet challenges and sometimes exceed challenges. I am short in stature, so it's making my presence known as well. I have a team where I manage about 45 persons currently, and I'm probably the smallest. So it's just making my presence known and being firm and compassionate at the same time, but not too compassionate that you're taken advantage of. So there's a delicate balance of challenges that I have experienced as a woman that I don't necessarily think my male counterparts would have to experience.
Well, you're doing it fabulously. Marcus is one of the most popular restaurants, one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Can you share a memorable moment? And I have just observed you, obviously, from a little bit of a distance. So I've seen quite a few, but share me a few of your memorable moments or highlights of your career up to this point.
Highlights, there's been a few. One of the biggest highlights is recently, I've been promoted as the executive chef for Marcus now, and the first Bahamian executive sous chef for the Grand Hyatt. So that's a big milestone for me this year. So I'm extremely grateful about that. And I would say being selected to run Marcus Restaurant, it is a big deal. It's a big restaurant on property with a celebrity chef. And I've been tasked of doing something incredible. And I'm grateful for the opportunity and the trust to lead and guide in that space.
Now, in the midst of, just an epic career trajectory, I know that you faced some very personal health challenges. Can you talk about that experience?
Yes. So year before last, I got to get my dates together. I think end of 2022, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it has tremendously changed my life. It has strengthened my journey in so many ways. I'm more focused, but I'm also being intentional about creating balance at work and in my life in general. The year that I was diagnosed was a very full year. Like, the career was on a high trajectory. I was able to do the Today Show and a lot of stuff. And in the moment, it seemed like a setback. But through the journey has given me a greater appreciation of what I can do, the time of loved ones around me, and I was able to rest, recover, and return back to work and bring a new life to the space, per se.
I love it. When I think of you, when I think of your journey, I saw you doing so well professionally, but also battling such a serious illness behind the scenes. I literally just think, I'm every woman. Like, I hear it. That's your theme song as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
I think you really embody all of that. What is your advice to young women who are, maybe not facing the same level of personal obstacles, but want to pursue a career in a male-dominated field and just balance their, like you said, their softness, their femininity with that passion, that drive, that strength that you need to thrive in a professional career?
I would say balance is an everyday battle. I would say to stay focused, understanding what your goals are, but also giving yourself grace. Like, nothing is built in a day, and there are setbacks and challenges that you would face, but it's important to stay the course and also to appreciate the loved ones around you on this journey. I mean, you're not doing it alone. There is support behind the scenes, and I think it's important to acknowledge that, and to also, like, the big one is to give yourself grace. Failure comes with it, and sometimes failure takes us out, but it should be used as a push, as a stepping stone to get to the next step.
And do you have any special plans? I see you're in this perfect, it's purple, it's pink, it's giving, and it's a blazer, so it's giving that authority figure. Mm-hmm. You're in your International Women's Day colors. What are you doing to celebrate International Women's Day?
To celebrate, I am working, but Chef Marcus is in town this weekend, and we have an excited weekend plan around Women's Day and the month. We have one of the chefs at one of his restaurants, Havimar, coming down. So we have a Women's Day brunch tomorrow where we're featured women chefs that are in the kitchen. So it's a 3-course, and it's just to celebrate women in the industry. So I'm excited about that. It's always work, but it's also fun.
Okay, so we're giving you a reason to go out to dinners, go out to brunch this weekend to celebrate, because we want to support Chef Garrette, who's doing incredible things. First Bahamian executive sous chef at Bahamas. Congratulations to you, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money. Local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together, or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
Welcome back. A prominent figure within the local disability community has garnered international recognition as a model on JCPenney's online store. With me now is none other than Erin Brown, disability inclusion consultant and model. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me again. I love it here.
Yes, so I mean, you're doing big things. You're an international model.
Yes.
What went through your mind when you first saw yourself on that JCPenney website?
Well, it was actually my daughter who saw it. So you know when you go online and there are ads that pop up. And I saw it pop up, but it didn't really recognize that it was me until my daughter, because you know when you're on the phone, your children are always looking on your phone like what you're looking at. And she said, "Mommy, is that you?" And I really clicked on it, and then I went, yeah, baby, that's me. I don't even know how to explain how I felt. I know I did it from last year, and you don't usually know when it's coming out. And so when I saw it, it was like, okay, that really is me. And then they had about 4 looks, because I did about 10 looks. They had about 4 looks for that adaptive line that I launched, which is St. John's Bay. And I mean, I was just excited. Absolutely excited, because JCPenney.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going to that store with my mom looking for clothes. So to be a part of not only the adaptive modeling industry, but also a Bahamian,
yes,
a Black disabled woman doing that, and now having a representation for my own to see, for young girls to look at, women to look at, all of us to look at and say, if she could do it, I can.
I love it. I'm like activist model. Again, you've added a new title to your very long list of accolades. So what was the process of shooting that campaign?
Yes, so I got the call that I needed to come to Dallas, Texas. And at first when I got it, I was like, am I being punked? Like, you really have to, is this really real? But my agency, which is Gamut Management, who then contacted me and said, yes, JCPenney's been trying to get you for a while. They know that you're in the Bahamas. They want you to come. And so I said, well, okay, let's make it happen. And so it was literally a weekend. It was 4 days in total, 2 days of shooting. And flying there and flying back, it was just very still surreal that this is happening. I was able to shoot for other brands as well, so hopefully y'all will see those campaigns coming out. And it just felt really good. I've been modeling for a while. I've been acting, modeling. I've been in national commercials, regional commercials, and print ads, magazines, all as my authentic self. And I think that's the most important part. I never had to be anybody else but Erin Bionic Brown, Island Gal, Grand Bahama native, amputee, and just someone who is very proud and confident in who she is.
I love that. You are the quintessential, I won't say every woman again, but you are the powerful woman in every sense of the word.
Yes.
Obviously, you made this great stride for disability representation, but how do you feel about the representation of people who are uniquely abled throughout the Bahamas?
Yes. And so even the term uniquely able, and this is why I'm glad that God has put a purpose in me, that we're now reframing the way we view disability. Because it's not a bad word. But for too long, when we say it, we're saddened, we're downtrodden, we're encouraged to be, oh no. I am here to say it's not an oh no moment. It is part of your journey, it's part of your growth, it is purpose-filled, and many of us find our purpose. I'm living a life now as a disabled person that I don't even think I thought I was able to do as a non-disabled person. So my diagnosis with cancer was not one that made me or took me to the spaces where I said my life is over. What it did was it made me really got focused. It really made me recognize that if and when God said it's time to go, and that is not as yet, is to live fully and live all out. So being a disabled woman, which is identity first language, which I encourage everybody to use because it's disability pride. We need to recognize that our value comes in many ways, shapes, and form, and that's the human experience. And so me being able to sit here today, me being able to get calls like this, is to encourage our disabled community. Don't hide. Don't hide. Don't shy away. Find what you like. Do things that you love. Speak up loud. Head held high. and know that when you don't know, ask. I had to look abroad for a representation of myself when I became an amputee. Now they don't have to look abroad. They can look right at home, and we can build from here.
Why are you so passionate about empowering others who are faced with similar challenges? You know, a lot of times when you overcome, sometimes you feel like, okay, I did it. But you really turn back to make sure that you're helping everybody else. Where does that passion come from?
I was born with it. My mom, Tangi Ambrista, she was the red machine volleyball national track star. Like, she was rooted in ministry. And my father, Wykie Brown, Senator Wykie Brown, both of them are deceased. He was passionate about nation building, political life, participation. And so honestly and truly, I don't think I could have missed it. I don't think whether I was still living as a non-disabled person that I would do anything differently. What had changed for me was I had to start advocating for myself. For those that I've advocated for, fought for, given to, I had to now pull all that in and say, okay, it's time to self-advocate. And in doing my self-advocation and identifying where my gaps were and where I needed access, it opened up the door to do the same for my community. Because then they started to recognize that, hey, this ain't how it's supposed to be. And I'm here to tell you no, it's not. And so I feel like this has always been my purpose. But for my journey, I had to go through losing my daughter, my mom, my dad, being diagnosed with cancer, losing my leg, in order for me to just step in, for lack of a better word, my purpose.
I think that you are a model of resilience, of power, of taking circumstances and turning them around for your favor. And I'm sure that you are an inspiration to everyone who's watching, both men and women.
Yes.
So I hope that you're treating yourself extra special today, as you deserve on this International Women's Day. You embodied what it means to be a powerful woman.
Thank you so much. And this theme is so fitting: inspire, inclusion, and having the heart sign. I want to see hearts all over the place today. And it's important because we not only want to feel recognized, we want to belong, but we want to be supported and empowered. So thank you for empowering us today.
Absolutely. So throw up your heart wherever you are. I can't because I got this tablet. But make sure to do that all day as your appreciation for women of all abilities, wherever they are. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. It is Friday, March 4th, also known as International Women's Day, and we are having such a great show today, being able to talk to some incredible women about the things that they are doing both locally and abroad, but also talking about the challenges that they've overcome along the way. So I'm really enjoying today's show. This has been kind of a girl talk show for me as things have turned out, and it has been a lot of fun. I hope it's as much fun for you. We've got more great stuff to come in the second half. Debbie Strachan is joining us to talk about insights into her involvement in the Bahamian straw craft industry. And we'll conclude our series with the Bahamian Trade Commission discussing national trade policy. But before all that, we'll take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, weak front boundary on the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, and that will shed a couple of showers during the daytime. The remaining islands, we're looking at lovely weather, high pressure dominate the weather across that area, and we do expect a second front to move here sometime on Sunday night. In the marine forecast today, those winds easterly at 10 knots or less, seas 1 to 3 feet over all the islands. And then on Saturday, those winds ahead of that front become southerly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the northwest Bahamas, southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Sunday, those winds southwesterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet northwest Bahamas, 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central Bahamas, continuing southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Year tides. Currently have a high tide that happened at 5:48 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 13 minutes past midday. High again this evening at 10 minutes past 6. Sunset 6:14 this evening, rising at 6:24. UV index 8. Your water temperature 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards the new moon. Your external look. High pressure dominates the weather over the weekend with some very warm temperatures. And then on Sunday evening, we expect a cool front to move into the central Bahamas and the extreme northwest Bahamas, bringing with some showers and some isolated thunderstorms across the islands as it moves to the New Providence area by Monday morning. The temperatures ahead of that front will be in the mid-upper 80s daytime, at nighttime in the lower 70s. After that front passes, do expect this temperature to dip into the mid to upper 70s daytime and the mid-upper 60s at nighttime. That puts her up on your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. Today, on International Women's Day, we are proud to spotlight Debbie Strachan, a master artisan renowned for her exquisite handcrafted straw products. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good to be here and happy International Women's Day.
Yes, you're looking fabulous in your purple.
Thank you.
So what do we have here? I see just a beautiful array of products. Are these products that you've made yourself? Talk about what's going on.
Okay, so what we have displayed are products which are made by Dupree Bahamas, and I am in many of them, but we have a team of sewers, etc., that assist in our production.
Can you talk about your journey? How did you get into straw? How did you find yourself at this place in the Bahamian straw craft industry?
Well, I will tell you, it started in our home. My mother and many family members, that was a cottage industry that we grew up on. As children, when you came home from school, you did your homework, you did your chores, and then there was the work that had to be completed, because then we had to go to town and we wholesaled. And so once everything was completed, we took our wares, and that's when we did a lot of work with raffia, etc. It was just a raffia and the silver top. But today, as you can see, the industry has evolved, and I will say, and I always inject this, thanks to Hal Taylor, he put us on that international map where where the world appreciates what we do, and of course our home people, to the domestic market, they appreciate what we do.
Why did you, because you mentioned, growing up and observing your mother, sometimes that makes kids run in the opposite direction, but why did you want to pursue a career in straw?
Well, I will tell you, after years in corporate Bahamas, I decided in 2005, because of the evolution in the industry, I decided this is what I want to do. And a part of my decision also was because of the income earned. I saw my grandmother. She did extremely well in the straw craft industry. She was one of those persons who was invited to Freeport to start the straw market in the International Bazaar. So we had booth number 6 in the International Bazaar. Her name was Florence Newbold, and we worked along with her. It was exciting. It was beautiful. And I will tell you, at that time, we did a lot of trade with Jamaica, with Haiti, and everything came to that market in Freeport. So every summer, I looked forward to going to Mother's for the summer and working in the straw market.
Now, these are not your grandmother's straw bags. These are very contemporary designs. I see lots of colors. I see different textures. Talk about the contemporary twist.
Well, the contemporary twist, you must look at now it's fashion, okay? And as with anything in fashion, every season you have new colors. You have to look at what's trending. You have to look at the styles. And so all of that comes into play as we sit and we design going forward with our business, with the industry.
Now, talking about the incredible tradition of straw, I see that you have some loose straw, or talk about the steps we are in with these kinds of plats.
Well, I'm so pleased this morning that we have one of our platters originally from Long Island, Miss Rosemary Bryce, and Rosie, she will talk about the straw portion of it. She is very good. She does every design imaginable. So you can speak to Rosie with regard to what she has there.
Okay, tell us all about it, Miss Rosemary.
Good morning. I do have a Jacob ladder you could use to make the bags, and I also have the fish nets. And this fishnet is very popular, and people are crazy about it, and it seems to be hard for them to learn, but it's just a piece of cake, I should say. And I don't have any challenges when it comes to plaiting. And this one is the 11 string.
Okay, that looks more classic.
Well. Yeah, and as Rosemary talks about the various plats, this month, next week, Wednesday, at Dungalek Studio, they begin a straw plaiting session, which will go for about 6 weeks. She is the trainer, and so that should be an exciting class as well.
I heard the class is sold out. We actually had the ladies on the show. They were talking about it and just talking about the importance of preserving the art of straw craft and the straw plaiting.
Yes.
Talk about why that's so important to keep holding on to this, even though we infuse it in creative ways. How do we hold on to that tradition to remember who we are?
And we must. And as we develop our country, I think it's pertinent, it's important that we say to our developers the same way how they would tag various trees and they say that is not to be destroyed. That is what we have to do with the silver palm, so that we have it for years. It's one of our oldest industry, the straw craft industry, so we must preserve it. Many of the islands now, it's difficult getting to the silver palm, but in Cat Island, Long Island, Exuma, they are still able to harvest it.
All right. Well, I mean, this is a fabulous array. We've gotten our little mini straw plaiting experience, and we're so excited about what you're doing. I just want to say thank you for joining us this morning and telling us all about this important part of Bahamian culture.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Here are 3 young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability. Learn basic literacy and numeracy skills and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal, fueling growth for people.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
Welcome back. We've been discussing national trade policy with the Bahamas Trade Commission, and today we'll be recapping our previous segments and highlighting a few issues. With me now are Senator Barry Griffin, Deputy Chair of the Trade Commission, and Ian Cargill, Member of the Trade Commission. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning again. This kind of feels like home now. We've been here a few times now.
Yes, it's good. It's great to have you back. You're my first gentleman of the show today. I thought today was going to be an all-lady show, but I'm glad we were able to mix it up a little bit.
Well, it's International Women's Day, so we're happy to be here amongst all these beautiful, entrepreneurial Bahamian women.
Yes, you're gonna help these powerful women get paid what they deserve. All right, so let's recap as it relates to the purpose and objectives of the national trade policy.
Good morning, Davriel. Thank you for having us, and good morning, Bahamas. We're happy to be with you. This morning, we're delighted to have what we call a forward-looking conversation with you about the future of trade in the Bahamas. Trade being the buying and selling of goods and services. So the national trade policy is a coherent set of short and long-term action policies aligned with the National Development Plan for the Bahamas for 2040. the national trade policy identifies 4 issues with trade in the Bahamas. Firstly, too many imports. Secondly, limited exports. Thirdly, lack of diversification of exports of goods and services. And fourthly, limited productive capacity and competitiveness. So accordingly, the objectives of the national trade policy are to limit exports, to limit imports, expand exports, diversify exports, and to strengthen productive capacity and competitiveness. Now, to illustrate the importance of this and the gap between the exports of goods and services, I will share with you a statistic from the 22nd of February 2024, the UK Department of Trade and Business. In their fact sheet, they recorded that the Bahamas exports approximately 574 million goods. On the other hand, it exports approximately 3.7 billion services. However, interestingly, and I'm sure it's no surprise to you, 91.7% of that 3.7 billion or 3.5 billion is as it relates to the trade sector. So we really are geared towards diversifying and expanding our exports.
Talk about the importance of these policies to the layperson involved in trade.
So one of the reasons why we kind of do these things is to help to educate the public on the trade agreements and policies that they're able to take advantage of. So a lot of people don't even know that we have a trade agreement with the UK, for example. Ian was just talking about the UK. So when the UK left the European Union, we signed an economic partnership agreement with them, which was basically an extension of the agreement we already had with the European Union. And so a lot of Bahamians are unaware that we can have tariff-free access to the UK market on a myriad of goods. And so as we said before, we have a very limited market of 400,000 plus people. The UK is a country of over 60 million people, and so there's a whole market there for the Bahamas to take advantage of. We also have a trade agreement with Canada. We also have a trade agreement with the European Union. And so these are all markets that Bahamians can access, mostly tariff-free. We also are part of CARICOM, and so even though we're not in the CARICOM single market and economy, there's still trade advantages to doing business in the CARICOM basin. And so we'd like people to read the national trade policy, see what areas they're able to take advantage of, and come and discuss with us where a proper jurisdiction for their products would be. The other day we got a call from a young Bahamian who was doing business in dry goods, so teas, for examples, and we were able to notify him that your teas that you make here and sell locally, you can sell in the US, you can sell in Canada, you can sell in the UK, you can sell in the European Union. And markets like the UK or the European Union, we consider these high-end markets. And so if you have a high-end product, you're able to charge high-end prices. And so it's things like that that we're happy to educate the Bahamian people on, that we sign these trade agreements. And, as a young person, I think that they collect dust somewhere in a government office. But for our generation and the generation below us, we have access to the world through social media. And so I think we just want to let Bahamians know that you're not limited to the Bahamas. The world truly is your oyster. And so take advantage of these things, because these other countries are taking advantage of the agreement in selling to us.
Yes.
So why not sell back to them?
Absolutely. And you talked about that awareness, just knowing about it, knowing what you are empowered to do. Like they say, knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
How is the Trade Commission engaging stakeholders to keep them aware of developments? Because when it comes to policy evolves. So how are you keeping folks who are engaged aware?
Thank you for that question. The Commission continues to engage stakeholders, including diplomats, trade officers, various public and private sector stakeholders, through in-person and online meetings, to tailor and refine the focus of trade in the Bahamas, looking at their needs or the needs of our stakeholders. And by looking at the needs of our stakeholders, we are able to operate most effectively. We are committed to continuing to doing those in-person and online meetings. Additionally, the Commission has branched out in other avenues we think would be effective. For example, we are now on LinkedIn. So if you go on LinkedIn and search Bahamas Trade Commission, we'll pop up. We encourage you to follow us, keep watching our page, comment, react, share. Let's talk trade, Bahamas. Let's do it.
We have trade attaches in several missions abroad. what will their role be in promoting the trade interests of the Bahamas?
So this is something I'm particularly excited to talk about. For a long time, I lived abroad. Many of us have in university and sort of working abroad. And so the Bahamas High Commission in the UK, for example, or the Bahamas embassies around the world, the Bahamas consulates, we know them as a point of contact for Bahamians needing assistance with anything dealing with the Bahamas. But what we fail to also understand is that is also our representative body in that country. And so my personal view is, and the view of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is that those missions should promote the advancement of Bahamians, should promote the growth of our economy, should promote opportunities. And so for the first time, the Ministry of Economic Affairs Trade Unit is working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure that there's an economic and trade attaché in all of our missions abroad. And so they'll serve a dual purpose. They'll serve the purpose of providing a place that foreign persons in those countries are able to find information about trade and investment opportunities in the Bahamas, but it also provides a place where Bahamians can sort of state their interest in trading in that particular jurisdiction. So for me, that's very exciting. So if you identify any country as a possible place for doing trade where we have a mission, so we have consulates, for example, now in Los Angeles, we have it in Atlanta, we have them in Toronto, we have them in London. So you are now able to contact that economic and trade attaché to say, hey, I have this product, this service, and I'm wanting to get into this jurisdiction. So you have a Bahamian in that jurisdiction who's able to provide you and sort of hold your hand along the way in connecting you with resources in that community. But it's also somewhere where a foreigner who says, hey, I want to do business in the Bahamas, I want to find a Bahamian partner for this business or sell this product in the Bahamas, they're able to provide a platform by which that person can find information on the Bahamas. So for me, from where I sit, that's an exciting development because it means we're truly taking advantage of our missions abroad.
I love it. Our mission to make the Bahamas a great place to trade from. We're already a great place to trade to. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us this morning and for educating the public.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, all things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Welcome back. Well, today has to be one of my absolute favorite shows. I've had so much fun just talking with all of these incredible, powerful women who are doing great things in their community. And I have to shout out the incredible men who work with us here on Bahamas at Sunrise and make it an enjoyable, equitable, safe place to work. And speaking of the wonderful men of Bahamas at Sunrise, I'm going to turn it over to our very own Godfrey Burnside, who's going to say a few words about International Women's Day.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Well, today is International Women's Day, and so proud to have all the ladies here and the ladies in our communities who have made strides, who have risen to the top. I keep saying to Joan and Margaret, you women are taking our jobs, all right? And it's so nice to see that you are taking the high role in doing these things, being resilient. And I congratulate all of you who are here this morning and all those great women in our country who have risen to the top in all the disciplines of our country. Thank you, women. Thank you, women. Thank you, women.
All right, I'll turn it over to our own Mrs. Aubrey, the chief, our powerful, incredible woman, to say a few words herself.
Hi. So I Godfrey want to endorse, this is a very special day, and I'd like to also congratulate all the women who continue to make fantastic, awesome contributions to our nation. So it's your day, it's our day, let's celebrate. But I also want to use the occasion to celebrate a special woman who on Monday we indicated it was her birthday coming up the following day. So today we are celebrating Margaret Albury's very special birthday. So Margaret, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. And let's, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Let's say cheers to International Women's Day. I hope wherever you are, ladies, that you are toasting yourself. You are strong. You are invincible. You are woman. Thanks for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll see you on Monday. Cheers. Let me get a little clink. Cheers. Let me get a little